YouTube. I'm down here in Tempe. I'm going to talk to some students and some non-students. Let me see if these guys... Hey, let me ask you guys a question real quick. If I'm a cop and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, how are you going to respond to that?
Say, for what?
Okay. Because I'm suspicious of you.
What I do? I'm black?
I need to see your ID.
Nah, you ain't seen my ID.
Why? Well, if you don't give me your ID, I'm going to arrest you. What are you going to say?
Where your badge at? Where's your badge number?
I'm not a cop, but I'm saying if
No, that's what I was saying. Like, that's what I would say. That's what I would say.
My name is DeCastro, badge number, never would I be a cop. But
No, I feel you.
But what do you say to that? What do you say when I say, give me your ID now or I'm going to arrest you?
What crimes have I committed? Am I being detained?
Am I being detained or am I free to go? Right, and I say you're being detained.
Under what cause?
Right, but what particular kind of cause?
What am I being detained for?
Right, so under what probable cause standard? And where does the probable cause standard come from?
I don't know, man.
Fourth Amendment.
Fourth Amendment.
And how do you get how do you get reasonable articulable suspicion? What's that come from?
Fourth Amendment.
Terry versus Ohio, 1968. Why was Terry versus Ohio passed?
You tell me, man.
To arrest black people.
Nah, facts though. You spent some knowledge on this.
A lot of people identify me as a conservative. A lot of people will call me a liberal. Whether you like it or not,
No.
see my shirt says overturn Terry right here? Terry versus Ohio was created so that cops could run up and grab blacks
Jeez.
because they wanted to stop the civil rights movement. So now what's the difference between reasonable articulable suspicion and a probable cause standard? I gave you the answers. What's the difference? So reasonable articulable suspicion comes from
Terry versus Ohio.
Terry versus Ohio. And the probable cause standard comes from
Fourth Amendment.
Fourth Amendment. So he got it exactly correct. What's your name, bro?
Andre.
Andre, you got an Instagram and anybody can find you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dre's World.
Dre's World, DRESWORLD. And you, sir?
Hi, Cedric. Two eyes.
Hi, Cedric, two eyes. All right, so that's it. So am I being detained or am I free to go? What's your probable cause to stop me? Probable cause means exactly what, though?
It's their suspicion.
What does probable cause mean? What does probable cause actually mean? If I say there's a probable cause standard, what does that mean?
There's probably an issue.
Well, okay, very good. Okay, what's the
like,
issue though? What is the? If I have probable cause against you and I'm a cop, what does that mean? You've broken the law.
Yeah, broken the law.
Probable cause is when I can articulate a law that you have broken. So you don't get to see ID unless you can tell me the law that I've broken.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like that.
So-
I'm learning something new every day.
What about a stop and ID state? This is the stop and ID state, so you got to give me your ID. Is that right? No.
I don't think that is right. Even if it is, I don't think it is.
It's not right.
Yeah.
You have to have a probable cause standard to get my identification.
Still.
Meaning, and what's a probable cause standard? I can articulate
That a crime's been committed.
that a crime has been committed. Boom.
Thank you, man. What's
Hey,
your
man.
IG?
Delete Lawz.
Lawz.
Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on my IG is Chille
right now, man.
DeCastro _2020. You guys are on right now.
Go ahead and subscribe.
There's my card. That's my YouTube account. My Instagram is ChilleDeCastro _LE
What's your YouTube account?
Delete Lawz.
Delete Lawz?
And then some of the people will post the actual Instagram in there.
Yeah, he popped up first thing when I put in delete Lawz.
Oh, wait till you find the.
live right
shit,
there.
right?
You're on right now, guys.
Picture in picture.
What's up, Playboy? You are on right. All right, you guys have a good day.
Have a good day,
Thank
man.
you. I
Appreciate
appreciate it. Okay, so we're out here in Tempe, Arizona. Gonna talk to some people here. Just got a haircut. How you guys doing? God bless. So we're just gonna talk to some folks about what a probable cause standard is, what exactly that means and why it's important. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I just want to solidify to the people at home when you watch this, I want you guys to be able to articulate, number one, what's reasonable articulable suspicion? Number two, what is a probable cause standard? And number three, what exactly does that mean? Hey, can I ask you guys a question? If I'm a cop and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, what are you going to say to me? No. I say, I'm detaining you. Give me your identification now. What are you going to say to me?
I would honestly, I have no idea.
Am I being detained? What do you think?
I don't know. It depends on the situation.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
I mean, you should be free to go.
I should be free to go, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why you can be detained? Do you know the reason why you can be detained by a cop? Terry versus Ohio, 1968.
Okay.
Overturned Terry.
All right.
Do you ever run into cops? They ever stop you, question you, or anything like that? Never. Never. You?
No,
Never.
no.
You guys are the beautiful people. God bless you. Thank you. Let's see who else has some information here. Oh, I kind of like my little section over there. It was a little better shade, a little bit better shade. Let's get a couple more people here. This is nice over here, but I like that area over there. 3 Air Force Academy. Did you actually go to the Air Force Academy, or do you like the shirt?
Just like the shirt.
Can I ask you guys a couple of questions real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So I'm asking questions right now.
We like those. Yeah.
If
We like those.
I'm a police officer right
Gotcha.
now, I'm not really a cop, but if I was and I walked up to you and I said, hey, let me see some ID, what are you going to say?
Sure.
Sure?
Like, why not, though?
We're not?
Like why?
But, like, why would you want to see it, though?
Well, because your name goes into a database, and then what they do is when they're bored, they go through that database and they just go look you up and see what you're doing. Or they investigate anybody you're related to or friends with that could be committed a crime.
makes
This is a
sense.
fact. So
That makes sense.
you're out and I say, give me your ID, you're just going to give it to me?
I mean, if you're a police officer, if you're, like, a legit police officer and you come up to me,
You're just going to give me your ID?
I mean, why the trouble, though? If I'm not doing anything wrong, why not?
Well, because if you don't stand up for your rights, you don't have any rights.
No, I do. I'm just not standing up for them.
You're not
I have-
gonna stand up for your rights?
No, sure. But the rights are still there, even if I don't stand up for them.
No, they're not. If you don't fight for your rights, you don't have any rights.
But the rights are written in the law. Just because I don't stand up for them doesn't mean that my rights
All right. God bless. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. I'm hot. I'm a little bit hot. What's going on, team? How you guys doing? Put a number 1 in the chat, please, if you would, and let me see who's in here. And do me a favor. Let me know where you guys are watching from, so I know what's going on. Yeah, the tribe. Did you hear that? She would just so easily just give up her identification. I don't know if I'd be willing to do that. I don't know if I'd be quite as inclined to want to just give up my rights for no reason. Define this. Now, this guy's shirt right here says, define the fight. What does that mean exactly, define the fight?
Martial arts.
Martial arts and fitness. Oh, I love that sport. Put a lot of year. Hey, how you doing? Look at you guys. I was wondering, do you know your rights?
Like,
Practice the first one.
yeah, like Miranda rights?
If I walk up to you and I'm a cop and I say, hey, give me your ID, what are you going to say to me?
No,
Okay, and then I say, well, you're being detained, so you have to give me your ID. What are you going to say to me?
I don't care.
I say, I'm going to put you under arrest if you
I
don't
don't
give
care.
me. And then you're not going to give me your ID.
Probable cause. What have I done? What have I done?
Oh, they have to have what?
Probable cause.
They have to have a probable
the
You
cause.
have to have
I
probable
plead the
cause.
fifth.
You have to have probable cause.
Yes,
But
correct.
what if I say I'm reasonably articulable suspicious of you?
Then you're profiling me, and that is also against the law.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
And so what is probable cause?
I have the right to remain silent unless I'm under arrest as well right now. So if I haven't done anything wrong, for you to
Stop you?
aggravate me, stop me. Sorry, or if I'm not under arrest, then you have the right to remove yourself from there.
Absolutely true.
Right.
So what is probable cause though?
If
I have-
reason to believe that you have done something.
Probable cause is when you've broken the law.
Very usually petty things. Yes.
You've broken the law. So probable cause is when you've broken the law. Make sure you just get it exactly correct.
Okay.
So
Well,
probable
maybe
cause
okay.
means I have broken the law.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be lots and lots of people who watch. Lots and
Okay.
lots
Well, I
of people.
hope I didn't sound like an idiot.
You sounded brilliant. She knew the law. She knew that
I
you had
just
to.
know my first one. If they say, "Did
I
you
don't-
know your
I
rights?"
I don't
So-
put myself in a position where I have to be
Do
around
you
the
let them
police.
know you? I don't remember them. Can you reread them to me? And then they'll go, "Well,
I remember my
your right
Miranda
is
rights.
the first one is right to remain silent." And then you say, "That's the one I didn't remember, and that's the one I'm going to
So
exercise."
let's
right
do,
now.
Let's do it again. So I walk up to you and I say, "Let me see some ID," and you say, "No." Here's what you should say. Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Be detained.
So that's what you say.
what reason
Because
do
it's
you
going to
have to
happen to you.
stop
It's inevitable.
You wonder why you said that?
So you have to say, well, because you're black.
Thank you. There it is. That's the truth.
I'm sorry. And I'm,
Probability
dude,
is higher for you than
I'm
anyone
conservative as all
Right.
get out. I'm for gun rights. I'm for a strong border all the way. I'm like for things that liberals are not for. At the same time, I'm for reparations for the black community. So how you answer that is, am I being detained or am I free to go? And then I say you're being detained, and then you should say what?
I'm on school break.
Am I-
I'm not
am I
supposed
free
to be
to go?
learning nothing.
Am I free to go? And then if I say you're being detained, then what do you say?
Am I free to go?
And then you say, what's your probable cause standard?
Okay.
Probable cause is what? I told
have
her.
I broken the
Have I broken the law? Can you articulate the law that I broke? You learned something, right?
They need to, they are required to articulate the law.
So
If
let's-
they have accused you of.
Let's role play it one more
You
time.
can't just accuse
Let's do it one more time with him because I want him to know it because he's a very magnetic young man, and so I want to give him a chance to really nail this. So I walk up to you and I say, "Excuse me, kid, let me see your ID. I'm a cop." What are you gonna say?
Am I under arrest?
Am I being detained?
Am I being detained?
Let's do it one more time, okay? I come in and oh, you're only 14? God.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Stop lying.
Let me
Stop
see some
lying.
ID. What are you gonna say?
No.
No, we don't have ID.
Am I being detained?
Get in the car.
Or
Am I free to go? Bye, guys. Come back in. Boom! Come strong. So that's what you say. You know, probable cause is when you have broken the law. Remember what the Fourth Amendment says, no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, meaning that the law has been broken. If the law has not been broken, then they don't have probable cause. You guys got to understand that. And you know, the thing is as we, Charlie, stop it. As we roll back to mission here, we've got to get it so that we educate people where we explain to them that when a cop asks you for ID, you have the right to ask him, am I being detained or am I free to go? And then after you ask him that, he says you're being detained, you say then articulate the probable cause standard where I have broken the law. And we got to get it. And what is probable cause? Probable cause is where you have broken the law and they can articulate you breaking the law. Hey, yo, let me ask you a couple questions, man, please. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I got a YouTube channel here called Delete Lawz.
Okay, got you.
So let's play a little game. Sit down, Charlie. Stay right there. Let's play a little game.
All right.
I walk up to you, I'm a cop, and I say, hey, you, let me see some ID. What do you say?
Give him the ID.
You give him the ID?
Yeah.
No questions, huh? But then you fit the description.
I didn't do it.
You didn't do it? But now I have your ID, and now if I don't get a perpetrator for this crime, once I have your identification, what happens later?
I go to jail.
The detectives come.
Yeah.
There's a robbery over here, and you fit the description. Let me see your ID. What do you do?
Okay, I know this one. Wait until I get a lawyer.
What's the exact response? I mean, it's got to be exact. Remember, the cops use exact words. You have to use the exact words. So there's a robbery over here, and I need to see your ID. Give me your ID right now. What are you going to say to me?
I don't know.
You fit the description. Give me your ID.
I didn't do it.
Right. Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
I have reasonable articulable suspicion that you robbed the store over there, so I need to see your ID. What do you say?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
That's right. Well, I think, you know, they said it was the guy with the backwards baseball cap on. It was you. So let me see your ID.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Right. And then you are being detained. I now tell you, you are being detained.
Okay.
What's your response, exact words, to me telling you you are being detained?
I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
Exactly. And also, what is your probable cause standard? What is probable cause?
If they have a right to search you, I believe is what it is.
Probable cause is when you have broken the law.
Okay.
So in other words, my probable cause standard is, I know that you robbed that store. I saw you do it. That's probable cause. But unless they saw you do it, they only have reasonable suspicion. Where does reasonable suspicion come from?
I'm not sure.
Terry versus Ohio, 1968. Why was Terry created?
I'm not sure.
For blacks.
Okay.
I hate it. I'm a conservative. I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it. It was created for blacks. 100%. And why was it created in 1968 for black people?
Because that's when the civil rights movement was going on.
Exactly correct.
It's 5 years after Martin Luther King died.
That's right, 1963. April 13th, 1963.
That's right.
So now we know, now I say to you, my probable cause is that I believe that you've robbed that store. What's your response to that?
Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an educated young man.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So now I say, I have reasonable articulable suspicion, so yes, you're being detained, and your response to me is, what's your probable cause?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I say, I think that you robbed that liquor store over there, so I need to see your ID. And what do you say again?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You are being detained.
Okay, what is your probable cause?
What's my... I don't have any probable cause. So now
Gotcha.
what are the only words you should say from here on out?
Oh, man.
I want to talk to my lawyer.
I knew it.
That's right.
All
I
right.
want to talk to my lawyer. That's
Okay.
all you say.
Okay.
You got 3 things to say. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Tell me what your probable cause is. Okay, fine. I want my lawyer. I'm not saying another word. And then you shut up.
Gotcha.
You ever watch the Pot Brothers of Law?
No.
Shut the up. You talking is what makes it hard for people to help you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Gotcha.
You learned something.
Appreciate
you.
you,
Pass
man.
it on, all right?
Thank you, man.
Check it out on Delete Lawz. You'll be on there.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anytime, brother. Now, listen, you guys, I don't love that Terry versus Ohio was created based on racism. I don't love that. That is not my favorite thing to say. I come from, my mother's side of the family is white as white could be. My father's side of the family is as brown as Charlie. Well, not quite that brown. A little brindle color in there, I guess you could say. But the truth is that unless people know these things, oh man, you guys are perfect. Can I ask you guys a couple of questions? Okay, go. I don't want to mess you up. Come back by. Come back by. Charlie's gonna go crazy. He hates motorcycles. He hates them. Especially Harleys, the loud ones. It gums him up every time. He can't stand it. So what did we learn so far? Cop walks up to you. You say, am I being detained or am I free to go? Cop says, you're being detained. You say, what is your probable cause standard? How can you articulate the crime that I've broken? Who's the witness against me that shows you that I've broken the law? That's probable cause. What is probable cause? You have broken the law. You've broken the law. So now what do you say after that? You say, am I being detained or am I free to go? He says, you're being detained. And you say, what's your probable cause standard? He says, I think you robbed the liquor store. And you say, okay, fine, then I want my lawyer. Do you give me your ID? No. No, you do not give him your ID. If he's going to arrest you, then you allow him to arrest you. But you do not give him your identification until you're down at the booking station. Because remember, he might put you in handcuffs and put you in the back of the car and pretend like he's arresting you, because that's only a little arrest, not a big arrest. I got to get away from the Aussie song over here, so let me walk down here as fast as I can. So he may put you in handcuffs and throw you in the back of the car as though you have been arrested. And so then you think, oh, I've been arrested, I got to give him my ID. No, you don't. You don't give me your ID till you're down at the jailhouse. Plain and simple. You do not give me your ID till you're at jail. And then by then they'll take it out of your hand. So, Charlie's a little BA over here. Great campus. I'm just off the campus over here. I'm just off campus. Hey, how you doing? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Are you Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Are you American? You have your green card yet? Well, you shouldn't have too many problems. You look like a nice person. You shouldn't have too many problems. But when I talk to people about American rights and what your rights are, you have the same rights that I do because you're here in America. Okay. We're just going to get away from that music over there. And then we're going to come over here and talk to some people and ask them if they know their rights. Good times, huh? Good times. Oh, man. Hey, guys. Hello, Charlie. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions? Yeah. Do you know your rights?
I do actually, yes.
All right. So if I'm a police officer and I want you guys to really pay attention here, okay? Because I'm gonna teach you guys a little lesson. He probably knows all the answers, but so if I'm a police officer and I walk up to you and I say, "Hey, let me see some ID," what are you gonna say to me?
Is there a reason for seeing my ID?
Right. That's exactly correct. And so I say, "Give me your ID. I think that you committed a crime. Let me see your ID."
It's me.
Exactly correct.
Do you have any evidence?
Okay, but let's get the words really specific. What are the exact words that I want? Because the cops use exact specific words. So you have to use the same exact specific words, or you get caught up in this word salad and then you end up in cuffs.
That's true. I'm not sure.
So you ask them, am I being detained or am I free to go?
Free to go.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Free to go.
Free to go.
I
So
feel like you should be both.
it should be both? Free to go?
Yeah, be
Okay.
both.
Free to go.
So now I say, yes, you're being detained. What do you say to me next?
At that point, what am I being detained for?
I believe you committed a crime. Now give me your ID.
Skype.
At that point, I don't know.
You say, what's your probable cause?
What's your probable cause?
And what is probable cause?
For the pop car.
Probable cause would need to be a lawful reason for.
A law's been broken.
A law
So
broken.
the Fourth Amendment says no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. So the Fourth Amendment tells you that probable cause is a law being broken.
Okay.
So now we have two sentences and only two sentences.
Yep.
Wait.
And what are those two sentences? So the first one I say is, hey, let me see some ID, and you say,
You have probable cause.
am I being detained?
Am I being detained?
Or am I free to go?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And then I say, yes, you are being detained. I suspect you of a crime. And you say what?
Do you have probable cause?
And I say, I have reasonable suspicion. And you say what?
I need probable cause.
Exactly correct. Exactly. And then after that, if I keep pushing you, what do you say?
At that point, I'm free to go.
I'm not going to answer any more questions. I want my attorney.
I want my attorney.
Thank you.
Say it again.
Send an attorney.
I want my attorney. I want my attorney.
I want an attorney. Ah, yeah.
Thank you.
God bless you. That's on the Delete Lawz on YouTube. Delete Lawz. Not too bad. Not too bad. News Now Omaha. I just saw your. Thanks for the super chat. Hey guys, a couple super chats in there. Thank you guys. I haven't seen it. I've just been focused on what I'm doing here. So I wonder if I put Charlie on a stick here, right over here at this table. Are you gummed up over there, buddy? Let's come down here just a little bit. Little more shade over here and a little crowd over here. So let's get right into this. These folks over here and have some conversations here. Too much song right there. I got to get away from that. Can't have the music. Nice looking. It looks like a group of guys. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple questions real fast? Is that okay? I have a YouTube account, and what I do is I ask people if you know your rights. Do you know if a cop walks up to you and says, "Hey, give me your ID"? What are you going to say?
Well, they'd have to have a reason.
I'm suspicious of you. That's my reason.
That's not good enough.
It is actually. The 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio gives me the right to be suspicious of you. And why was that created?
I have no idea.
Why was that created?
I have no idea.
Why was it? Take a look at it. What are you looking at right now? What are you looking at? What's on the camera right now? Why was Terry versus Ohio created, where I could walk up to you and ask you questions based on my suspicion?
I don't know.
See the color?
Oh.
For black folks.
Oh, okay.
It was created so cops could run up to black folks and say, "I'm suspicious of you."
That doesn't seem fair.
It's true. Now listen, I'm a conservative, and a lot of my subscribers don't really like that I say this, but it's true. It was created purely in the vein of racism. So now I have reasonable articulable suspicion. Let's go back to our exercise. I said to you, "Hey, let me see some ID." What do you say to me?
I don't want to partake in that.
Am I being detained or am I free to go? That's what you say.
Okay.
And then I say you're being detained, and what do you say back?
Why?
Sure, why am I being detained? Or what's your
Reason?
probable
Cause.
Okay. And then I say, I think that you robbed the bar over there. And what do you say?
I have an alibi.
I want my lawyer.
Okay.
I want my lawyer. So there's only 3 sentences. First one is, am I being detained or am I free to go? Second one is, what's your probable cause? And the third one is, I want my lawyer. There's only 3 things you say. There's only 3 things you say. Now, not all cops are racist, and not everything is racist, but these laws that are created in our country are racist. The fact, we're living in racist laws. And I don't like that, but it's true. Oh, that's true. All right, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate you. You can always see when you get someone who has that you can always see when someone has that look on their face, like they don't want to offend the police, or they don't want to offend their family, or they don't want to offend anybody that could have any kind of repercussions on them. You could see it in his face, couldn't you? you could see it. News Now Omaha, what's going on? Hey guys, I'm not looking at the chat, so I got it on. I can see now and then. I'm gonna tie my dog to a tree right here because he's just going crazy trying to get out of my hands. Look. Come on, Charlie. Come on. Just gonna tie him right here real fast. Give me 15 seconds here. There you go. Okay. Whew. It is hot out here in Arizona, I will tell you that. It is warm. It is warm out here. Oof. Sweating. Just sweating like a big dog. Boy, did you guys, let me ask you guys a question real quick. And I'm not trying to cut the guy down or anything, but did you see when I said that Terry versus Ohio is racist, how quickly that guy wanted to get out of there? He was like, oh my God, the idea that you would say that it's racist is just incredible to me. And he was like, so lost. You know, I've interviewed a bunch of young folks, but maybe I should interview some a little bit older folks. Maybe I should. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple of questions? Okay, that's cool. Good luck with your team this year, man. You bet. Yeah. So, you know, you guys can write those 3 sentences down there. Number 1, am I being detained or am I free to go? Number 2, hey, I don't need any advice about my dog, brother. I've had him for almost 8 years now. I don't really need your help, but I do appreciate that. Why don't you focus? Why don't you focus? Focus on exactly what we're talking about here. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple of questions? Of course. Yeah. Right on, man. My name is Chille. I have a YouTube channel called Delete Lawz. Right now, there's 250 people watching.
Oh, sick.
No pressure.
All right.
I'm going to play the role of a cop today. Okay. And you guys are out at a party and having a good time. Right. And then you guys come out and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see your ID.
Okay.
What do you say?
I'm 16 years old. I don't have an ID.
Oh, so you just give them the information that you're underage?
Yeah.
Okay. and you?
And I think I'll give him the ID. But what if I don't have my ID?
But if you don't have your ID, then you can't really give your ID.
Right.
Okay. But like I don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then here's the thing: if you give your ID, and I'm investigating something, and I don't find a suspect for what I'm investigating, then I give your identification to detectives, and then later they call you or come to your house and say, hey, there was a robbery, and we think you're a suspect.
What?
Yes.
Interesting.
Oh, yes.
Why is that?
Look it up. The DOJ prints it out every year.
Wow.
Interesting.
They use Terry stops for data collection.
What's a Terry stop?
Okay, 1968, Terry versus Ohio, overturned Terry. Terry versus Ohio made it so the cops could walk up to you and say, I'm suspicious of you. Now I can detain you, which means what?
You tell me.
You can't leave.
Okay.
You have to stay right here.
Yeah. That's pretty not fire.
That's pretty not fire.
Yeah.
So if I walk up to you and I say, let me see some ID, what should you say? Instead of telling him you're underage, what should you say?
Hey, I don't have ID.
What
do I say? I don't. What do I
Can someone type it in there for him? What should he say?
Yeah, help me out.
Am I being
Phone a
detained or am I free to
I've
go?
heard about that.
Am I being detained or
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then I say, yes, you're being detained. There's a robbery down the street. I need to see your ID.
Okay.
And what do you say?
I need help. Help me out, guys.
You say, what's your probable cause standard?
Okay, I was close.
And I say, well, a tall guy with a black shirt and wavy hair robbed the place down the street. Now what do you say?
That wasn't me.
Now you're starting to answer to the guy.
Yeah, so I shouldn't have done that.
You don't want to answer to him.
But what if it wasn't me?
It probably wasn't you. So what do you say to him? He told you you're being detained. You asked him, am I being detained or am I free to go? He said, my probable cause is there's a robbery down the street. I think it was you. Now what do you say?
I promise you it wasn't me.
That's not.
He's not. My job is to arrest people. If I'm a cop, my job is to arrest you.
Right.
So what you say is, I want my lawyer, and you stop talking.
What if I don't have a lawyer?
You get a lawyer, but you say, I want an attorney, and you stop talking.
Okay.
But I see that some cops like they try to like wiggle around that. You know how like sometimes they they try to say something that's like not true, like
They lie to you?
They'll lie to you.
They'll lie to you.
Yeah.
Right. Man, you're way ahead of the game. At 16, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't-
16-year-old.
I didn't know. So now I walk up and I lie to you. I tell you there's a robbery down the street. Give me your ID. And you say, what?
I say, wait, say that again. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I say there's a robbery down the
Right,
street.
right.
You fit the description. You're wearing a white T-shirt.
Right.
So now what do you say to me?
I say, I don't want to talk to you. I need a lawyer.
No. Very first thing you ask is a question. What's that question?
Detain, am I being detained or am I a suspect?
Free to go.
Free to go.
Okay, let's try it again. I come in here and I say, hey, kid, I saw there's a robbery down the street.
Right.
Wearing a white shirt. Give me your ID. What do you say?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're being detained.
Okay, well, I'm not going to talk to you until I get a lawyer.
Right, but then you want to ask him, what's your probable cause standard? Probable cause comes from what?
Suspicion?
Nope, suspicion is Terry versus Ohio, 1968. The
okay.
probable cause standard is the actual rule of law that comes from what?
The law?
The actual basis of law comes from what? What does all law come from? When I say
Constitution.
Yes, God bless you, sir. The Constitution. That's exactly correct.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, give that snarry looking. Oh, yes. Yes.
Constitution.
So the first thing you say, am I being detained or am I free to go? The second thing I say is, yes, there's a robbery down the street. And what do you ask me?
Then I ask you, what's your probable cause?
What's my probable cause standard?
What's my probable cause?
That's right. And then I say, well, I think it was you. And then what do you say?
I want to get a lawyer, fool.
Boom. Boom.
You taught us something today.
That's right. 3 lines. Am I being detained or am I free to go? What's your probable cause? I want my lawyer, and then you shut the up.
Yeah, okay.
The more you talk, the harder it is for someone to help you later.
Right.
Don't tell them, well, I was just down at 7-Eleven. Well, apparently the guy passed by 7-Eleven, so it must have been you.
So I'm not saying anything.
Not a
single thing.
You have 3 lines to say.
Right.
Am I being detained or am I free to go? What's your probable cause standard? If you answer those where I'm being detained and you have probable cause, then I need a lawyer.
Right.
Anything I say can and will be used against me. What if you say something to exonerate yourself? Is that used for you?
No.
No. Only things can be used against you. They can't be used in your defense.
Right.
Wow. That's pretty.
That's hardcore. Boom. Boom.
Awesome.
God bless
sir.
you guys.
Thank
Delete
you.
Lawz on YouTube. You guys can see yourselves.
All right.
Okay. Man, they say that you're the smartest guy on campus. Are you the smartest guy on campus? This guy's super introverted. I mean, super introverted. You should see him. He walks like this, so I don't want him to think I'm neglecting him. What's going on out there? I can't see any of the comments, you guys. Let me open up my other phone and see if I can see any of the comments because I can't see anything. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? What's going on? What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? How is everything going today? Introverts, I can see them a mile away. How you guys doing? They walk with their head down. You can see it. So, couple people though, automatic. Just let me give my ID over because someone said they need to see my ID. There was no hesitation. They were like, let me just give them my identification. The answer is absolutely not. You do not just give up your identification because if you read the Department of Justice's release every year on Terry versus Ohio, and you read the police training manual, I can't remember the exact manual I got it in, but I have it still. It says that what they'll do is they'll take a Terry stop where they get your identification, and then if they don't find a perpetrator for the crime, then they will later come back and they will investigate you. What's going on, D Street? What's going on, Mark? How are you? The Tribe? Robert, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see everybody today. Just got a haircut, guys. Just got a haircut. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. I came down here because there's just so much music down there, and I'm not big on that music playing. Let's see what happens. Let's get a couple more people. Let's ask a couple more people. Here's a mother-daughter. Maybe you think the mother-daughter knows. You can just see the introverts though, and I don't want to offend anybody. So guy turned and walked the other way. Good. I'm glad. Looked like it was a problem right there. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple of questions? I'm good. Okay, cool. You can kind of see it when they're like a little bit introverted. This guy's down here pushing every button on the ATM. You missed it. I was like, what the fluck are you doing, dude? What are you doing? But, you never do know until you actually get someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Hey, man, how you doing? Looks like you're on a mission, dude. Go get it. Let's come down here a little bit. I'm gonna go away from that music. It's just, I don't want to get in trouble for having music on my thing, so I'm just gonna walk down here just a scooch. Just a scooch. Come on, Charlie. He's ornery today, I'll tell you that. He's an ornery little guy today. He's doing everything he can just to be aggressively against the way I want to go. He's walking the other way, trying to pull away from me when I'm just standing here. I'm gonna bark at him, Charlie. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Very good. And listen, I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm really sorry that that Terry versus Ohio was created for black people. I'm really sorry. My skin color is light. I look like a John Smith or a Tim Johnson. So, I can't stand that Terry versus Ohio was quite literally created for blacks. I can't stand it. But it's true. And as long as we continue to deny that, as long as we continue to ignore it, then we're just going to have more problems and more problems and more problems, because it adversely affects the black community far worse than us. But there are plenty of white communities that are obliterated, like Ironton, Ohio, like Youngstown, Ohio. That it's not fun to say it. It's not like I'm like, yay. And not everything is racist, but Terry versus Ohio is. I'm sorry that it is. There's nothing I can do about it. History is history. I'm not going to change history because people don't like what I say. I'm not going to be fake because people don't, I don't like that. He says that Terry versus Ohio is racist and the policing is racist. Sorry, I'm sorry. The state, I guess I kind of twist on it a little bit in this sense. It's not, the policing is now anybody they can get. So it doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're handicapped, mentally ill, if you are any color of your skin, anytime that the police can put you under their thumb and harass you and cause you problems. You guys saw that last week when I was in West Texas, when the cops came over for a wellness, they got a call because I was driving through the neighborhood. And when they got there, the cop was cordial. I told him, I let him talk to the Airbnb. And then after that, he said, let me see some ID. And I said, you don't get to see my ID. You don't get to see my ID. That's not how this works. So. And then I explained to him what a probable cause standard was. Just like, and I think that that's what we got to get back to today, which is why I'm doing this. I planned on doing this all day, but I'm finally glad that I got all my stuff done. And I'll go over the court cases. Hey, cute, cutie. I don't, what's going on, Vegas Valley? How are you, dude? Vegas Valley, Charlie, come over here. Just so you guys know, I know who the fake people are. You're not fooling me. I just don't want to cause such a gigantic rough up. Do you know what I'm saying? And then if I don't do that, hey, cutie. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions real quick? Do you know what your rights are? So if I'm a cop and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, what are you going to say?
No, thank you.
Thanks for your time. Smoke show. She's about 22 though, a little too young. She's cute though. I mean, you don't have to be blind, you know what I'm saying? Hey, can I ask you guys a couple questions? I have a YouTube channel called Delete Lawz. I got a few thousand people that watch my channel, and I was just wondering if you guys knew your rights. So you guys are walking on the road. If I walked up to you, and I don't want to bug you. If you want to talk, though, I want to talk. Let me ask.
You're good.
Okay. Yep. I'm not chasing anybody around. I'm not going to try to chase somebody around to talk to them. Either you can stand there and talk to me, or you won't. One or the other. Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. You know, I think that, you know, this is the work. You know, this is the work that we need to be doing. We need to be educating people about the three things that you say when you first interact with a cop. People have to know what their rights are, know how to use their rights, know how to flex their rights, and make sure they know how to get out of a situation where they could end up going in handcuffs or getting put in prison because they simply just didn't know how to answer the questions properly. And that's probably the most important thing, you know? Aha, look at that. There we go. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions, pretty please? Hi, my name's Chille.
Hi.
I got you. I have a YouTube channel here with a couple thousand people that watch my channel. And I'm asking people right now, if I was a police officer and I walked up to you and I said, hey, let me see some ID, what would you say to me?
Why? I would say why. Yeah.
Okay, well, the answer is I'm suspicious of you. So now can I see your ID, please? What do you say?
Yes, probably.
You just give me your ID?
I guess, yeah.
Well, so let me tell you the adverse effect to what that does. So if I'm a police officer and I say, let me see some ID, and then I'm investigating a crime here, but I don't find a perpetrator, what will happen later is your identification will be forwarded on to detectives, and then the cops will come to your house and say there was a robbery down the street and we got your ID, so where were you at this time and what were you doing and who were you with? Are you going to answer all those questions after you've given your ID too? Probably not, right? So you don't want to give your identification unless you've broken the law. So now let's run it again, because you have to know this information. That's why I'm doing this, so you can watch this later back.
Right.
I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see your ID. I'm suspicious of you. What should you say?
I'm not obligated to.
I'm not obligated to is correct, but police use very specific words according to the law.
Okay.
So I want you to use the same words to get yourself out of the law. What are those specific words I want you to use when I say, hey, let me see your ID? Am I being detained or am I free to go? Have you heard that before?
No.
You never heard of that before? So if the cop says, I want to see your ID, I'm suspicious of you, you say, am I being detained or am I free to go? And then I say, yes, you're being detained, meaning you can't leave from this area. Now what do you say?
Sorry. I'm not sure, no.
What's your probable cause standard? And probable cause means what?
Right?
Right, probable cause specifically means what though? You have broken the law.
Okay.
If I say I have probable cause, then you've broken the law. Probable cause to believe is reasonable suspicion. See the difference?
Yeah.
So what's the first thing you say?
Am I being detained?
Or am I free to go?
Or am I free to go?
And then I say you're being detained, and what's the next thing you say?
What is the probable cause?
What is the probable cause? And then I say, well, I think you robbed the liquor store over there. Then what do you say?
I'm innocent.
You say, I want my lawyer.
Okay.
And then you stop talking to that cop because he's accusing you of crime.
Gotcha.
Okay? You got it?
I got it.
Mila?
Thank you.
God bless you. You take care, okay? See, now this is the information that has to be shared. This is the information that has to be shared. This is how you start to get out of that situation. And, you know, the cop can do all kinds of things to you, all kinds. But you want to make sure that you put yourself in the position so that you don't get hurt or taken down to a dungeon where the worst of things can happen to you. And that's what you want to do, you know? This is the actual work of educating the public, which is what you want to do, you know? That's what you want to do. You always want to educate. How you guys doing? Sweet, huh? Sweet. What's up, D Street? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. My dog is so ornery today. I just can't wrap around my head why he's so ornery. I think because it's just hot. It's hot, and I've given him a ton of water. Yo, Night Rider, glad you remember, man. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Across the street here. Oof, the sun is bright. Oof. That magnified sun in my eyes really hurts. Hey, thank you, Cairo. I appreciate the super chat. I can barely see, and I'm not looking at comments very much, so please don't be upset if I don't see anything on here, you guys. I do appreciate it. Ooh, that sun is just devastating. Ooh, that sun is so hot. I'm not really sure, KT. I have no idea. That's funny. Come on, Charlie. There we go. Let me get out of that sun. That was just killing me. So bright. So bright. I mean, I guess by now people are used to someone walking around with a camera facing at themselves. So, black folks, let me ask them. You know, I'm not, you know, let me just say something to you guys here. You know, I went on to TikTok first, and you guys know why I did that. You know, good to see everybody. Later, Pokemon. I'm glad you came around, dude. Thanks. We'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Because there's a bunch of yeah, I'm on my way to California now. We just have bad governance in California. It's a great state. We have bad governance and we have bad leadership in California, and so we just got to get there. We got to get new leadership. We need a new third party. But you know, the entire reason why, you know, I went on TikTok first was because Terry versus Ohio. You know, that's my main focus is Terry. So with that being said, it's like, you know, sit. You know, and just so you guys know, you know, to be totally honest, when I started off last year in October, I didn't really understand, to be honest. I knew that we lived in a total police state. I didn't know it was quite as bad as it was all through the armpit of America, through Ohio and West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, Nebraska, those states where you still have a majority of, you know, quote unquote conservatives, but at the same time, they're dyed in the wool with this idea that you know, cops are all heroes, and that's kind of where we've created a chasm. That's where it's starting to break down now, because conservatives are finally starting to see that the policing system we have is absolutely atrocious, and that's the most important thing. Here comes a skateboarder. Charlie goes crazy. Hey man, hey, yo. You okay? Did you get clipped? Oh, there's that scorching blonde. College kid though. Let me see if I can get someone to come over, because I don't want to chase anybody. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to chase people around. I want to just talk to people. I don't want to have to run over to them. I want to just give them. Hey, Alan, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Oh. You guys want to pet Charlie? Charlie, come here. I'll let you guys pet him because he's so ornery today. He just wants to see people. There you go, Charlie. Say hello. There you go. There you go, Charlie.
He's such a unique looking dog.
He's a really nice dog. I don't know. He's supposed to be a multi-poo, and I bought him for $200 as a puppy because I don't be on the electrical outlet. I wanted a puppy so I could train him properly, and I thought I had trained him properly, but all this nonsense today, it's just driving me nuts. He's all over the place today. He is all over the place. It's just driving me batty. Thanks. Hey, man, can I ask you a couple questions? It's about your rights. It's on YouTube. My name's Chille. Nice to meet you. What's your name, man?
Brady.
Brady.
Oh, it's literally on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, we got about 250 people watching right now. So I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know your rights?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. So if I'm a cop and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, what are you going to say to me?
I'd say, what? Why?
Why? So then I say, because I'm suspicious of you, what are you going to say?
I'd say, I'm not sure I have to comply to that. Do I want to speak to a lawyer, or I would like to ask if I could leave.
So I'm going to teach you 3 specific lines today.
Okay.
And each line has to be exactly worded properly.
Okay.
So because otherwise, if you say too much or too little, you can end up in torture cuffs.
Okay, I'm listening.
So everybody say hello to Brady. Everybody say hello to Brady.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, Brady. I'll let you guys, I know it, lots and lots of viewers. And let me just do this. Okay, there.
Okay,
Now
cool.
you'll be able to answer better because it's distracting when there's lots of comments coming.
I've never been, this is distracting.
You never been on YouTube before?
No.
Never been interviewed before?
I have
So
not.
so if I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, the first thing you want to say is, am I being detained or am I free to go?
Okay.
And Charlie, gosh dang it, he's all over the place. So if I say, am I being what does that come from? If I say, let me see some ID, and you say, am I being detained or am I free to go? Where does that idea come from?
I would assume the way the law is written.
Okay, that's right. So what law specifically are we talking about?
I don't know.
Terry versus Ohio.
Okay.
Overturn Terry.
I see.
So Terry versus Ohio gives police the right to walk up to you and say, hey, I'm suspicious of you. Now, so the first thing you say is, am I being detained or am I free to go? Okay. But the second thing you're going to say is, I say, yes, you're being detained. Now, what are you going to say after that?
I don't know.
What's your probable cause standard?
Okay.
And where does that come from? So we know that reasonable suspicion comes from
Terry versus
Ohio. And then the probable cause standard comes from?
I'm going to guess the same thing.
The Fourth Amendment.
The Fourth Amendment, okay.
And when I say rule of law, what am I referring to?
The law as written?
The Fourth Amendment.
The Fourth Amendment.
The First Amendment, the Second Amendment are rights.
Okay.
All laws go back to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
So when I say rule of law, I'm saying your rights.
Okay.
You see? So the first thing I say is, hey, let me see some ID. And you say what?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
Exactly. And I say, you're being detained. Now, give me your ID. And what do you say?
What is your probable cause standard?
What's your probable cause standard? And I say, well, I think you robbed that liquor store over there. You fit the description. The guy had wavy hair and he had a baseball cap on. Okay. Now what do you say? I've told you I'm suspicious. I told you I have probable cause. Now what's the third thing you're going to say?
I don't know.
Give me my lawyer.
Give me my lawyer. Okay.
And then you're going to give me your ID?
No.
When do you give the cop your ID?
When my lawyer says it's okay.
If he arrests you and takes you to jail.
If he arrests me, okay.
If he arrests you and takes you to jail.
That's actually interesting. I didn't know that about where that comes from.
So those are the 3 different sentences. Number 1, hey, I'm suspicious of you. Let me see some ID. You say what?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And then I say, you're being detained. I think and then what do you say?
What is your probable cause standard?
My probable cause is I think you robbed the liquor store. Now what do you say?
Let me speak to my lawyer. Or I need to speak to my lawyer.
Right. Well, I'm going to put you in handcuffs and put you in the car. Give me your ID.
Well, at that point, I give him the ID.
No. You don't give him the ID unless you're down at the jail.
Until I'm down at the jail. Okay.
Right. You
so
see?
Even then.
Doesn't matter, because he can fool you and say he's arresting you, put you in cuffs, get you in the car, and then let you out.
Right.
But now he has your ID to give the detectives later to go investigate you.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah. That's actually pretty cool.
God bless you. God bless you.
Wow. What's your channel?
Delete Lawz.
Delete Lawz. Okay.
Delete Lawz.
I'm for that.
You're for that? What's your Instagram?
Street Cone and Street Cone Photography. If you're a Phoenix / Tempe person, follow Street Cone Photography for my street phenomenon stuff. I do similar stuff involving strangers. So
oh, you do? You walk up and you talk to them?
I take pictures of them.
Oh, cool.
With my Polaroid camera.
We'll take a picture.
All right, let's do it.
Let me get my dog. Okay.
Let me get out my light meter. I have a whole process. It'll take 2 seconds. Tell you what, I'll give you my sticker.
Right on, right on. So we're getting, now I'll turn the comments back on so I can see what you guys can see. There it is. Right on.
Yeah, so I literally cold approach people and ask them if they want to take a picture.
Oh, you do?
And my catch is I let them name their own price, but
really,
this one's on the house.
This one's on the house.
Actually comes in good.
God
The
bless
sticker's
you,
on
dude.
The back, so.
And okay, and there. If you guys want to look up his business, it's right there. A few thousand people will see this.
Perfect.
A few thousand people will see it, and then this is what the picture's starting to look like right here. You can slowly but surely see it starting to come in. And this is my souvenir from this. God bless you, sir.
Cool. You have a good one.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, sir. My
Take
pleasure.
care. Good luck out.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? How's it? Archangel for Truth. It's always good to see you, friend. It's always good to see you. Boy, there have been some. Oh, here comes Charlie with 2 more dogs. He's going to go nuts. He's going to start barking at them. But that's okay, because I just want to get an hour or so in here and then take it from there. And then I got to get back to Los Angeles. And then after that, you guys will never know. Hey, can I ask you guys some questions? You guys are a nice looking group of people. Let me ask you some questions. Come here, Charlie. What's that? You look like a very nice person. Let me ask you a couple questions. No problem. Thanks for your time. Oh, that's a good idea. I can put Charlie up here. Come here, Charlie. There you go, buddy. That's where Charlie's gonna chill. Starting to come through here. I mean, he could jump off this big chair, but let's see what he looks like over here. Sorry. So this is the big chair right here. Good times. Charlie Little Bear. Charlie Little Bear. Charlie Little Bear. There you are, buddy. There you are. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, Charlie. That's a good boy. So the picture's starting to come in slowly but surely. There that is. Can't quite see it yet, but it's starting to come in. It's starting to come in. I can actually take it over and drop it off at the car. Little Charlie. Okay, let's go. Good boy. Let's go. Let's go. So cool. I got a Polaroid and everything. How exciting. One second, guys. There we go. There we go. Oh. Wrong side. There we go. Okay. Now I will just stay in this little area right here so that I can get a couple more. Are we at an hour? We're at 58 minutes. I said I was only going to do this for an hour, so I'm at 58 minutes here. What's going on? What is going on? Hey, DJ Smith, The Tribe. How you guys doing, man? Alan, how are you? This is super relaxing and easy for me. It's not hard at all. So this is a stress reliever because I'm getting exercise and at the same time I get to educate people and have that interaction socially that I do enjoy. But no, this isn't really stressful for me. This is pretty easy. Pretty easy. I've had there's definitely some interesting people walking around ASU campus, for sure. This is an interesting place to be. 100%. What are you guys doing? What's going on with you guys? Let me see. Is the screen blurry or is my vision blurry? There it is. There was a little bit of film, a little water or some sort of. That one says. Oh yeah, you know, listen, I verbally identify myself all the time, but you know, you don't want to give them your ID because that has your address on it. And it's just a matter of when they come to your house if they don't find their perpetrator for the crime, because they absolutely have to get somebody for it, so they might as well get you. You know? And so as you go down this laundry list of things, you know, when you read the DOJ's Terry versus Ohio, you see that it's specifically used for data collection. It's not like it's not used for data collection. It 100% is. And so when you know that for a fact, then you start to say to yourself, you don't want to give your identification. You just don't want to do that. You don't want to put yourself in a vicarious position. I suppose I could walk down, but I should eat soon. I haven't had any food since yesterday, so I should eat something pretty soon here. I should eat something pretty soon. Oh man, the only thing that really, well, there's all kinds of things that make you wish you were young again, but the only thing that really makes me wish I was young is what are you going to do when you see me? What could you possibly do when you see me? You might get beat up if you assault me or you come near me. You might get shot if you push me too hard. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm so afraid. You know, people won't really understand. I've got something planned that I'm going to do that'll teach people some lessons, but I'll show you guys when I see you. Yeah, the quad, we do have to defund the law enforcers and fund peace officers. That's what has to happen. Defund law enforcement, fund peace officers. There's a vast difference between people who say that they are enforcing laws and people who are peace officers. There's just such a gigantic difference in those two things. And as long as we continue to allow this idea of law enforcers in our country, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It will not get better. The more law and people are like, oh, we need more cops. And I've got a treat for you guys, because I'm gonna show. You know, while I was here, I drove around. My eyes were open. My ears were listening, and I saw and heard some things here. There is a candidate running for politics here named Kari Lake, Karilake, Kari Lake. And when I passed by a campaign sign for her earlier, it said endorsed by law enforcement. So then what that forced me to do was go over to Kari Lake's Instagram account and start to listen to some of the things she had posted on her Instagram. And she literally says aloud on her Instagram account, I want to save qualified immunity. That's what she said on her Instagram account. Kari Lake, I don't know anything about you other than that, so I can't. But for my fellow conservatives, we don't want qualified immunity. We don't want that. If you care about the rule of law, how could you possibly have a rule of law that the Constitution and your Bill of Rights are the standard of rule of law? How can you have a Bill of Rights and rule of law if you're going to give people immunity from that law? How's that possible? So all Arizonans, if you see a candidate named Kari Lake, don't vote for that person. All I saw was a few of her videos, but she says out loud, Kari Lake, Karilake. That's her name. I found her Instagram account, and she says on there that she wants to defend and protect qualified immunity. And as you know, qualified immunity is way down the line from Terry versus Ohio, from Graham versus Connor, I could keep going. But the point is, anybody who says they want to make it so that there's a certain group of people who don't have to adhere to the rule of law or respect your rights, you don't want to vote for that person. You just don't. You want someone that says, I want to uphold your rights, not I want to support qualified immunity so that if your rights are violated by a police officer, that he gets immunity and is not upheld to the rule of law. So, hey, you guys, my website's back up. Cope Dog. My website's back up. DeleteLawz.com is back up. So if you guys want to go by Delete Lawz, make sure you guys get that trifold and you memorize those cases so that you can do exactly what we're doing today. I don't know, JMM. Well, it depends. I mean, does the other one want to protect qualified immunity? I don't even know. All I saw was the campaign sign on the side of the road. So then I looked up her Instagram because she said she was endorsed by law enforcement. And I was like, well, why would law enforcement endorse you? Well, typically they endorse people on the right. But then she said, protect qualified immunity, and you completely and utterly lost me. Like, what do you mean protect qualified immunity? For what? That's the most retarded thing I think I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard anything more retarded. I don't want to stand for the rule of law. I'm going to do a full video on her because her Instagram page is just disgusting. Cop sucking. Really disgusting cop sucking. Just nasty. Oh, beyond a bootlicker. It was the worst thing I've never heard someone say out loud, protect qualified immunity. What are you talking about? Why would you want to protect qualified immunity? That's stupid. You want to give one group of people can violate your rights and then they have immunity for that. Might be the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard in my life. So, I mean, and then, I have this ongoing battle with these ignorant frauditors on YouTube who are like, qualified immunity. You guys said that before I got here. Qualified immunity before I arrived. Now you understand it's Terry versus Ohio. There's not even close, not even remotely close. So with Terry versus Ohio, I can walk up to anybody here and investigate them. Can't do that without Terry versus Ohio. So once my investigation begins, that's when qualified immunity could be invoked when the cop violates your rights. But your rights are violated from the walk up and saying, I'm suspicious of you. Heard a little attitude over there. There's definitely some attitude going on. I think I got a nice little group coming. JMM, you and I both, buddy. And I'm against the conservative gay bashing and trans bashing. I don't think we should be putting scientific labels on people that doesn't match, but that doesn't mean that I support bashing of trans and gay. And that's the problem I have with conservatives. The constant bashing of trans and gay people just makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. I support trans people and gay people. There's nothing wrong with them. Hey, can I ask you guys some questions? I got a YouTube account. I just was seeing if you guys knew your rights. If I walked up to you guys right now and I said, hey, let me see some ID, and I was a cop, how would you respond to me? What did I do? But make it real. I'm a cop and I walk up and I say, give me your ID now. What are you going to say to me?
What did I do, officer?
What I do? Yeah. And I say, I'm suspicious of you, so give me your ID.
What is suspicious that you suspected me of doing? I was just walking and then you...
Give me your ID.
No.
Give me it now.
I can't.
If you don't give me your ID, I'm going to arrest you.
I don't have my ID.
Up against the wall.
No.
Right.
Exactly.
You see what happens? If you don't know the word salad, then you lose and you get put in handcuffs because you're not complying. You've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
So now let's play it again. Now, what I want you to say is, am I being detained or am I free to go? So I walk up to you and I say, hey, give me your ID.
Am I being detained or
am I being detained or am I free to go? Now I say you're being detained. In other words, you can't leave this area. And if you say the wrong thing next, up against the wall in handcuffs. Have you been put in handcuffs before?
No.
Have you been put in handcuffs before?
No.
You've been put in handcuffs before?
No.
They're torture, aren't they?
Yeah.
Absolute torture.
Bad.
Torture.
Yeah.
You always remember the first time they go on, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's instant pain, right? So now if you don't answer my questions correctly, you're going against the wall and I'm putting you in torture cuffs. So the first thing I say is, let me see your ID, and you respond by saying,
am I being detained?
Or,
am I free to go?
Right. And I say, you are being detained. I think you committed a crime, so you're being detained. So what do you say? What's your probable cause standard?
Yeah.
What's your probable cause is what?
What did I do?
Where you broke a law. Very specific. Reasonable suspicion is what? Terry versus Ohio. All of these things go back to specific things. So reasonable suspicion comes from Terry, and then probable cause comes from Fourth Amendment. Fourth Amendment. So now we have now we have two things we've said. The first one is, am I being detained or am I free to go? The second one is, what's your probable cause standard? And then I say, I think you robbed the liquor store. Then what do you say?
You have no proof.
I want my lawyer. I want my lawyer. I want my lawyer. 3 lines, guys. 3 lines. 3 lines. They were all spread out physically. Each one of them was like 4 foot apart from the next one. So I couldn't really get in there and like do like a proper interview with any one of them because they were all like 3.5 feet apart. So it was kind of like this kind of no man's land there. Put the comments on. What's going on? What's going on? Hit the number 1 button. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Hit the number 1 button. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Hello, Charlie. Get over there. Scoot over. Scoot over. Scoot over, little man. There you go, good boy. There you go, good boy. So there it is. In a nutshell, let's get some AC rocking in this mug. Let's get some AC rocking. Oh yeah. What's going on, Freedom Fighter? How is everybody? How is everybody? How is everybody doing? I mean, I thought someone was gonna pull up. Where's the pull up at? What are you gonna do when you find me? You're gonna get your ass kicked is what's gonna happen. Could you imagine if I got to unleash my anger on somebody? Could you just imagine that? Could you imagine if someone actually came up to me and did something? Could you only imagine? Could you only imagine the amount of pain I'd put on you? You better bring friends if you come anywhere near me, I'll tell you that. Because if you come anywhere near me and I think you're stalking me, because of the legal processes I've put in place already, which, well, let me just show you guys. Let me show you guys. Let me show you some legal paperwork. Maybe I should do that on the next one. Because I want this one just for when people come here later. I want this one just to be about. I want this one just to be about 3 lines. Number 1, am I being detained or am I free to go? Number 2, what's your probable cause standard? And number 3, I want my lawyer. I want my lawyer. That's, you know. I don't really care what you think, though. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and I'm gonna do anything I want. I'm free, and there's nothing that's gonna deter me in any way, shape, or form from doing everything I want to do, and I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do. So it is what it is, amigo. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I thought I would just make this one about an hour long, and so I did that. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I guess nobody is following me. I thought someone said they were following me. Where you at, bro? Where you at? I've been on the same location for an hour. Where you at? No, dude, that's you're barking. You're barking the wrong tune, my friend. I am not interested. You're barking the wrong tune. Woof woof. Well, I guess that's just not true, is it? See, people don't understand, right? I told someone this on the phone the other day. I don't know if I should say it out loud here, but I guess maybe I probably could. It doesn't really matter. You're supposed to go in through your nose for 5 or 6 and then out through your nose for 5 or 6. So it just goes like this. Yeah, I see that too, DJ Smith. Also, you know, you can follow a sense of mission. You can follow a sense of purpose. You can't follow just, I hate this person over and over and over. You have to follow. So I guess I could show you guys this paperwork, but you know what I'm going to do? I'll break off. I'll come back on live later, and I'll show you guys something else later tonight. I'll show you guys all the legal paperwork that we filed today, and then I'll release a video again tomorrow. I have another video that I already prepped, so I'm going to release that tomorrow. Right on, Playboys. So many homeless people here, and the homeless people here, you can't tell that they're homeless. You just see them. You know what I mean? You just see them. Yeah, you know, look, you know, I've got to make sure that my health is right. You know, what's up, Reunite America? Good to see you, brother. Let me see if it'll pop up for you, Reunite. I'm waiting for my screen to pop up. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes I don't get the traction that I want to get on here. Let me see, are they walking this way? Because if they're walking this way, I would love to interview them. Are they walking this way? There you go. Stay there, Charlie. Let's see, because it's like, it's starting to get a little sporadic because it's getting kind of later in the afternoon as far as like understanding the campus life and how people here do what they do, but it's like, cool. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple of questions? It's on YouTube. Okay. They pointed at the camera. So maybe these guys will be cool. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple questions? Is that cool?
Good, man.
Cool. I'm on YouTube. I was just going to ask you questions about your rights on YouTube. I got 300 people watching.
Good, man.
Cool. God bless you, man. 260. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions?
I have an appointment.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. It's cool. Thanks for your time. Yeah, it's starting to get that happy hour time where people are starting to go to happy hour and stuff like that. So they're not as inclined to stop and have an interview. Earlier when I was walking down the street, I talked to a few people. Plus, I don't like that song playing. I don't want to get my well, most of my videos are demonetized anyway. I do get some go through though, where I'll make like 60 or 70 bucks, or I see some of these guys make, you know, thousands of dollars on their videos, and I think to myself, gosh, that'd be great. Wish I could do that. I probably can, but I gotta listen to friends more about how to do it. Hey man, can I ask you a couple questions? It's on YouTube.
Yes.
So, do you know your rights?
My rights?
Do you know your rights?
I would think so. I would think I have a good understanding.
So if I'm a police officer and I walk up to you and I say, hey, let me see some ID, what are you going to say to me?
For what reason?
I'm suspicious of you.
What suspicious activity am I showing?
I don't have to tell you that. Let me see your ID.
Am I being charged or detained for anything?
Or am I free to go?
Or am I free to go?
Boom, dude. First one that's got it all day right off the well, you got half of it.
Yeah, half of it.
Okay, so I say, yes, you are being detained. Now, what do you say after that?
For what reason?
I'm suspicious of you.
What suspicious activity do you suspect me of doing?
I suspect you of committing a crime.
I have not committed a crime.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to get to our second sentence, which is going to be, what's your probable cause standard?
What's your probable cause standard?
You only 3 sentences total. Number 1, am I being detained or am I free to go? Number 2, what's your probable cause standard? And I say, well, I think that you robbed the liquor store over there. Now I'm accusing you of committing a crime. What's the third and final sentence you'll say before you'll stop talking to that cop? I want my
lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes, and then what do you do after that?
Stop talking.
I'm gonna put you in handcuffs if you don't give me your ID.
Nothing. Don't say anything.
The only time you give ID is when they take it out of your wallet or you're down at the jail.
Gotcha.
Right? Boom.
Appreciate that.
Anytime.
That can come in very useful one day.
I'm sure, dude. Delete Lawz on YouTube. Okay. Thank you, my friend. You'll see yourself right now. It's probably on a 5-minute delay, so you'll see your own video. Be a nice kid. He's 20 years old. Nice guy. I shouldn't say kid because 20-year-olds can. You take a guy like Spencer Lee. 20-year-olds can whip your ass. I mean, just straight up, just whip you. So you shouldn't call them kids. 20-year-old young men are tough as nails. Hey, can I ask you guys a couple questions? It's just for YouTube. You guys would be perfect in LA. You should move to Los Angeles. You would be perfect there. Horrible attitudes. Horrible. But that's typical, you know, which is really crazy about Los Angeles, right? You could have everything going on, everything could be going great, and you might say hello to a girl in LA, she won't even look at you. And that's what those two girls just did. They didn't even look at me. It was almost like they didn't want to acknowledge the ghost. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And there goes our heroes right there. There's the heroes right there. There goes your hero right there, guys. There he is. No, thank you. I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna pass on that hero. All right. All righty then. Alrighty then. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, my friend. Reunite. I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad you're here. It's really good to see you. I'm super happy. Jeff Hates Pigs. Good to see you. Rocco. Good to see you, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate it. Barry, how are you, Barry? Barry from Ireland. Are you anywhere? Well, I'll ask you when we're not online. Because I'll be reaching out to Ireland here pretty quick. I'm not gonna stop. I won't stop. I won't stop. And wait till you see what I do. Because the subpoena, hey, for my friends in Ireland, guess what I did? I have a subpoena for Airbnb. I have a federal subpoena for Airbnb. What does that mean? That means that Airbnb is gonna have to release the records. So anybody in Ireland who decided to manipulate anything with Airbnb, that'd be a federal crime. That'd be an FBI crime. All right. All righty. All righty then. All righty then. Will you scoot over, you good looking little doggy? Scoot over. Okie dokie. All right, well, listen, I'm gonna, oh yeah, wait till you see. Listen, I had to come back to California to get my MRI, see my doctor, do all those things, but there's a fire inside of me that I can't, well, I mean, I think everybody here, it's undeniable. I am an emotional, fiery, passionate person. And once you have pissed me off and you want to take on the bull, you're going to get the horns. And trust me, you're going to get the horns, because there's a couple people who I think are going to go to prison. Pretty sure. I think a couple people are going to go to prison. They've done things that are crazy illegal. So it just takes a matter of time finding the right person to get them locked away. And I have no empathy for them. So it is what it is. Pure light, brother. Yeah. It's like, you know, I don't want to say anything about anybody. So I did read what you wrote there, but I don't want to say anything. You know, I want to try to keep it. I will, you know, just so I don't have to go back on later, I will show you guys. So let me just put this out there into the universe today. God bless it. There's just so much stuff in this little car. It's so frustrating. I had a van at one point, but I think that people set it up to be stolen. So I have turned them over to the authorities, and I told them who they are, and hopefully the authorities investigate them. I do believe that people stole my van because the Denver cop told me that typically they recover vans of my size. So let me show you guys something. So here's my response. I'm going to show you guys this. conclusion. Big thank you to my friends who are helping me. Big thank you to my friends who are helping me with stuff. I super appreciate your help, man. I couldn't do some of these things without you, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm just so grateful. Got my light. I did now purposely put a light right back here, so just in case I'm dancing in the dark over here, let me show you guys something you're about to see here. Okay, so this is my, get that over there. This is just too damn small. Okay, so this is my response and my federal complaint right here. It's back here. And here's what this says is United States Court, District of Massachusetts, and then you scroll down right here, and it says opposition to defendant ex parte motion for extension of time to respond to complaint or alternatively to stay order. This says, although plaintiff I, DeCastro, have offered to mediate with defendant Peter and Abrams, they're sticking to their guns and refuse to even confer regarding this case. Peter and Abrams continue to harass and defame me even after being served. I am only aware of Peter's progress in responding to the complaint due to her YouTube videos where one of her associates has mentioned that Peter has been anxious due to being unable to find an attorney to represent her, that she will be consulting with additional attorneys October 3rd, and that she hopes to be able to file a motion for extension of time to answer. So that's what that says on the first page. Now read the second page is where it gets kind of, here's where it starts to heat up a little bit. I don't know what day this court hears motions, but Peter seems to only have time for an ex parte hearing. Since they were served, both defendants have made 6 YouTube videos about me totaling 11 hours long. They seem more interested in causing more harm to me than exercising their due diligence towards a defense. Additionally, Peter was initially served on September 6th, but tore up the process in front of the server, demanding to be served under the state's laws for service of process that requires a constable. Peter was aware the complaint before the return service filed on September 15th, 2002. So what that says is she was well aware. And then I say here, I would oppose any ex parte motion for extension to time to respond to my complaint by either defendants unless they justify their needs for ex parte relief, including that 1, their cause will be irreparably prejudiced without it, and 2, that it is without fault in creating the crisis. United States Communis SG Tinley Incorporated, and then U.S. District Court LexisNexis 50561. And then it says here, if there is an extension of time, it should be the minimum required for this motion to be properly noticed. And then it says down here, I have been willing to supply, hold on, let me just do this. I have been willing to stipulate to an extension if I believe defendants had prejudiced rather than intent to cause further harm. Defendant Peter alleges to have raised $18,000 in her defense during a fundraiser on September 15th, 2022. There's no shortage of attorneys in the Boston area where Peter remains her domicile. The defendants do not have a right to counsel that will represent their frivolous lawsuit, their frivolous defense. They can help at pro se, I can't see it and read at the same time. They can get help at the pro se self-help clinics if they insist on going against the recommendations during consultation with attorneys for hire. And then it says here on the last page, One second. Sorry, guys. And then this says up here, I would have stipulated to an extension of time if the defendants had shown interest in settling this out of court and open to an agreement restraint until the trial. While I can understand this court's desire to settle cases on their merits instead of through default, I will continue to suffer harm if an extension is allowed. My complaint includes transcriptions of video evidence showing statements made by defendant that were defamatory per se, combined with my affidavit that they are untrue. Defendants have offered no defense because they cannot meet the legal standard. If this court sees fit to grant a motion for extension of time, I pray I will grant my following motion for preliminary injunction so that my damages can be limited until trial. I respectfully request the court deny the defendant's ex parte application for extension of time and respond to the complaint. Sincerely, Jose DeCastro, my address and my phone number. So, in other words, instead of acting diligently on responding to my lawsuit, they instead have made 11 hours of videos about me with panels of people defaming me continually. So what I've said here is that I'm more than willing to stipulate to give them more time as long as we put an injunction in place that they can no longer speak about me. So these were sent off today, certified mail to the courthouse, to Kate and to Josh. And I sent a text message to Josh and I said, I suggest we enter mediation. And the longer you wait to mediate with me, which is inevitable, the longer I will be even more ruthless in those negotiations, because I didn't start this, but I'm gonna finish it. But I'm gonna finish this. And then, just so you guys know, there's 2 others who I'm going after through the U.S. Marshal Service, through the FBI. I am relentless. You have no idea. And it's so funny because now that I haven't smoked weed in a few days and I have very minimal caffeine in me for a stimulant, everything becomes so laser beam focused for me because my OCD. You know, I was telling a friend of mine in California this on email today. I said, look, you know, the reason why I smoke weed is because it dumbs me down. And I'm scared of myself. I'm scared of my laser beam focus. And now you guys can see it. Now I need to get more rest, obviously, but I'm afraid of how much I will laser beam focus. The weed takes my OCD and disrupts it. And so now that I can't smoke weed because smoking causes hypertension, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna be so laser beam focused on what I'm doing. And I think that there's gonna be people who get arrested. I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact, so just so you guys know, I'm not an attorney. If you represent yourself as an attorney and even forge being an attorney, that's a federal crime. Did you know that? And that's what's happened here. Somebody sent me a letter from an attorney and even claimed to be the specific attorney. So what I did is I called that attorney, and that attorney said to me on the phone, "That's not me, send it to me now." And I did. And that attorney is super powerful. They didn't know that I'd be able to reach that attorney, but I did. So now what's going to happen is it's going to become federal crimes. Because this is ridiculous, you know, the amount of this nonsense. So the lawsuits are coming, the federal crimes, I pray, are coming, because people should go to prison for what they've done. People should go to prison. And I hope that they do. And I will testify against them, and I want to watch them go to prison. I don't care if they get put in a dungeon. You know, you want to get my ire, you got it. You absolutely got it. So let me turn on my chats now. There you go. Now I can see you guys again. How are you guys? Good to see everybody. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Nice to see you. It's the first time I've seen comments. So any comments that came 5 minutes ago or so, I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't know the conversation. I'd have to scroll back to catch up, and I don't want to. What I want to do is probably get something to eat pretty soon. What's going on, Smile Kyle? What's going on? Smile, I love you in the comment section. Palladian, pretty sure, is a troll. Palladian, I got a lot of screenshots about you, dude. So I do appreciate the super chat, and I do appreciate the support that you've given. But from what I understand, Palladian, you are a troll. That's what I'm being told. So, and I do have some things that would say that Palladian is a troll. So it sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It is what it is. It's a bummer. Hey, thanks a lot. Hey, Vincent, you must love the fight, my brother. You must love the fight. Oh, I have to clench my fist. It lowers my blood pressure. Like this. The cool part, though, just so you guys know, now that I'm not drinking so much coffee, because I was drinking, a lot of coffee, my personality is quite a bit lighter. It's quite a bit lighter. Thank you, Vincent, for the support. God bless you, man. I feel a lot like I still got the headaches coming because of I went down to 1 cup of coffee a day for now until I get down to 0, but I still have the headaches. I know. Reunite. Listen, Reunite is a friend of mine, and I absolutely love you, buddy. We all go through things, man. We all go through things. So I just want you to know that I don't take anything anybody says when they're going through things personally. Vincent, I stopped all the trip. I don't drink espressos anymore at all. I just do a solid cup of coffee. That's all I do. Pokemon TV. I'm still going through them. Smile. I'm still going through them. Clench a fist. Do Aleve have caffeine in them, though? I'm not sure if they do or not. So I showed you guys those legal documents. Oh, let me show you the other legal document that I filed. Let me show you the other one. There's one more legal document that I filed. But I filed this already. I just haven't shown it to you guys yet. This will be the first time you guys are going to see this one. But this is what I wrote to remember, guys, listen, I say that every time I say that I'm doing something, you can just consider that I'm talking about the team of people who work with me. And I'm so grateful to you guys who have helped me. Thank you. I'm so super grateful. I cannot believe how much people have come in and helped me. I just can't believe it. When I was really feeling down and beat up, people came in, swung in, and they helped me. And I'm just so super grateful. Thank you so much for helping me. I saw that coming. But so now let me read this to you guys. And hold on. Let me cover my personal information here real fast. And by the way, and by the way, suing this person is not at all out of the realm. Filing a lawsuit against this chick is not at all out of the realm. So let me just flip this over. So this was on September 23rd, 2022. And this is to the Commission on Judicial Conduct. And so this is what was filed already. This is already in. Attention, Executive Director of the Commission on Judicial Conduct. Honorable first and last name handling this case and this case heard the petition for civil harassment restraining order upon Josh Abrams and Kate Peter at 11 a.m. Eastern Time in the Massachusetts Trial Court, Attleboro. I have several complaints against the judge's name. The judge's name is redacted, so I got to get to see it on this. This judge, so every time you see the word last, just say judge. Judge added an additional element that I had no burden of proof by asking me to supplement my complaint with additional testimony why the order should be granted based on my complaint, instead of simply allowing me to restate the elements in the complaint, yet refuse to consider the declarations made in the complaint because I did not restate them. The judge added an additional element that I had no burden to prove regarding whether I could state the reason why the defendants were harassing me. The judge allowed hearsay statements from the defendants about words that I allegedly said, yet dismissed all of my evidence as hearsay. My evidence included affidavits, emails, transcripts of videos with video evidence and also available for examination, the witnesses. And I had witnesses available to testify, and the judge didn't let me hear them. The judge allowed defendants to raise issues of prior false accusations made by me, which should not have been allowed under Miller versus Curtis, 1893, Commonwealth versus Regan. The judge did not allow me to enter written evidence, even though there was no objection by the defendants. Guidelines for Judicial Practice, Abuse Prevention Proceedings, October 2021, Section 501, says that, in part, the hearing after notice in A290C action in which both parties, you see my dyslexia there? Let me do it again. Notice in a C.290A action at which both parties appear to be in adversarial clarifies that the rules should apply equally in 258E proceedings. Additionally, GLC 258E is described under the statute as a civil action and not special proceeding. Finally, defendant Peter denied one of my statements of facts and defended and demanded to see the evidence of it. I mean, the entire thing was a kangaroo court. And just so that judge knows, I'm likely going to sue her. I'm likely going to sue that judge in Massachusetts. You just don't piss off somebody like me who will never stop. You just don't do that, because I'll never stop. These are only a few of the legal arrows. We're just going to keep on pitching. I'm not going to stop. So let me read the rest of this. The judge made a decision that the evidence did not support the initial complaint, and evidence clearly showed the elements of harassment without any testimony even being required. The defendant did not refute any of the evidence and did not provide any evidence beyond the testimony, which was not made under oath, and the judge failed to swear them in. Defendant's testimony focused on attacking my character and making allegations only appropriate for a cross-complaint, which they did not file. Although the defendants did not dispute any of the evidence, they introduced an accusation that I was sharing my own location publicly, and the judge demanded that I defend that with proof. It was not relevant because it is a right, but it is also untrue, and I denied it in the hearing. The judge clearly did not weigh the defendant's criminal records against their credibility as required under GLC 233 Civil Code 21. I am making a complaint instead of requesting a new hearing simply because I feel that I require corrective action from the commission before I may find justice in the Commonwealth. I am pleading for the corrective action that the commission finds the interests of both justice. Thank you. So that judge that did that, she was such a lousy piece of shit. She reminded me of Judge Corey on TV, just getting into the drama. Like, oh, there's so many people here that care about the outcome of this case. And she was acting like a television judge. It was the most embarrassing, pathetic display of justice, of injustice that I'd ever witnessed. I had 4 witnesses sitting on Zoom. I had sworn affidavits that she didn't even consider. She called everything I said hearsay. Everything they said was testimony. It was the most ridiculous kangaroo court I've ever been a part of. Besides the one in Arizona, where I clearly showed that the cop had no evidence, but the judge said we're going to allow it. That's the problem we're having in our country. These judges are just dog shit. They're dog shit. And let's check it out. Let's check out my boys. Not great. Not great, brother, but that's okay. We'll do another one next time I come back. It's a little bit dark, my friend. It's a little dark. We'll try to get that. We'll try to get it. We'll try to get it. We'll try to get it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I think the bigger point is, and that you guys got to understand is, cha-ching, cha-ching. These people don't understand me. And I think a lot of you guys do. So they don't understand me. They don't understand that I am not the guy that you decide that you think you're gonna bully, because I don't care how long it takes. It took me 12 years to become tough enough to beat up every single bully who ever bullied me. And there's only one who got away, and he died. Fact. So, and by the way, it was sad when the 15-year-old kid died, but just so you know, I remember feeling no empathy and thinking that maybe I was the devil. And thinking to myself, that kid died, but he bullied me with 2 other boys one time when I was 12, and I never got a chance to get payback on him, and I wanted to. I was more mad that he died in that car crash because I didn't get a chance to beat his ass. And every single kid who bullied me up until I was 12 years old, I beat the shit out of every one of them later in life. Every single one of them. Ask anybody in my hometown. If anybody ever bullied me before I was 12, later in life, I whooped them. Whooped them in front of everybody. So, you know, same thing here. You think you can bully me? I'm gonna whip you. I'm gonna whip your ass. And there's gonna be a payday. There's gonna be a payday. Because I have help. I got people helping me that are far better than me and far smarter than me. I got people helping. I can't do all these things. I need help. And you guys are helping me. Every day I open up my Cash App or my website, and someone has contributed to what I'm doing. And let me just tell you something, man. That is humbling. You guys think I go through a hard time just on camera here. You should hear when I have to talk on the phone, and I have to say thank you. I break down in tears almost every time. Almost every time someone comes through and like blesses me, I just, because, you know, I'm fighting the fight of our lives. It's about Terry versus Ohio. It's about Terry. And until we all get on the same page, whether you love me or not, I don't care. You got to work on Terry versus Ohio. That's the biggest thing facing us. Archangel for Truth, I love you, buddy. Really appreciate all your support. Chevy, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Marcy, how are you? Nice to see you too. How you doing there, Rick? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. Thank you guys for coming by. Yeah, I'd like to see that, Marcy. I'd like to see you playing sax. That'd be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Nailed it, Chevy. All right. Oh man, listen, we've seen a few kangaroo courts that I've been through. Bruce, how are you, my brother? God bless it, Bruce. You know what? I'm just going to do that right now. I keep on telling Bruce I'm going to put these pictures up, and I haven't done it yet. Let me see if I have them on this phone over here. I showed them over here. Love you too. Smile. Thanks, man. Good to see you, Jake. I'm just going to post them. When I jump off this, I'm going to post all those doggy pictures. I'll do it right now. And I'm not going to move this car until I post those doggy pictures. Bruce made these really, really cool dog covers. What do you call those? Dog harnesses. He made really cool dog harnesses. It's really cool. Yeah, we're going California from now on. I'm not dealing with these people, these wacky people in Massachusetts. The federal tort law claim, once it's amended, once those dunce caps talk to a lawyer, they're going to say, take down those videos and pay him. That's what's going to happen. So anyway, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I'm so hungry. I really appreciate you guys coming by. SWE, KT, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. Sorry if I'm a little bit kind of woggly, like I'm like a little bit emotional going through stuff. The simple prognosis of facing mortality got me messed up. So I'm trying. I really appreciate it. Vincent, thank you, man. God bless you. V. Boyer, I saw you in here. Gloria, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Les Paul, nice to see you, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the On the Street education today. Super grateful for everybody coming. And I will see you guys on the next one. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Thanks, guys. Bye.